here we go. New PTR patch notes came out yesterday, January 14th, 2026. We are back with a massive new patch yet again. So let's see what we got in this new patch here. Alright, general. All quests that can lose stacks will never cause players to fall below milestone thresholds. I think that's probably good. A lot of the lose stacks on death quests were too bad. Like, you were losing too many stacks every death, and they needed to be adjusted somehow. I thought they were just going to adjust the number, but I guess they're doing this instead. I mean, this is nice too. If you hit the milestone for every quest, you'll never lose it. That's kind of nice. It'll make it consistent across all quests. I'm okay with that. Pinnacle rewards are now named Mythic rewards to give it a more Blizzard feel. Isn't Pinnacle also from Blizzard though? I thought Pinnacle is like Diablo and Mythic is like WoW. Isn't Pinnacle a word in Diablo? I swear it's a word in Diablo. Well, Blizzard likes WoW more confirmed. Okay, cool. I guess we are mythicking from now on. Okay, so summoned units now lose health every second. This applies to, I guess, every summoned unit. The total health and duration have been adjusted to compensate, so I guess... I mean, it sounds like most of the summons will stay the same. Usually. But now they do lose health every second. Structures will now prioritize summoned units when there are no remaining minions. Okay, that's fine. So I think two of these changes combined is they're trying to make it so that summoned minions don't tank forts as easily. Because right now, you have any kind of summoned minion, you basically tank forts or keeps infinitely, right? Like, it'll just infinitely tank the keep. You can dive as long as you want because the keep will hit the summoned minions and very slowly kill them. So I think that's the problem they're targeting here. The combination of these two means that the fort will always kill the normal minion wave first, and the change here is as the fort is killing the normal minion wave, your summoned minions are also decaying at the same time. Whereas right now, current patch, it would be like it would kill your summoned minions first. I think it targets summoned first on current patch. So it would kill your summoned minions first, and then they would kill the like lane minions. And basically, you know, it can't. It can never kill that many minions. Like, you need a hero to clear. If you don't have a hero to clear, you tank the fort forever. So in the next patch, they'll be dying at the same time. It'll tank the forts a little less. I don't know. It's kind of convoluted. I think that's what they're going for with that, though. But okay, whatever. They're certainly doing a lot of changes to try to make the fort not target hero thing work. They are certainly trying real hard to make that thing work. Alright, summoned units no longer take half damage from structures, so another thing that's kind of like they don't want summons to tank as much. Makes sense. Okay, some XP globe sound is now played when you kill a minion. Okay, whatever, that's fine. We have some map updates. That's kind of interesting. Watchtowers will now reset to neutral after 45 seconds of not being occupied. I see the idea with this. You know, they don't want the winning team to just have the watchtower forever, I guess. So theoretically, I think this makes it a little less snowbally. So because the winning team would have to go recapture it, or they lose the vision after a while. 45 seconds, I'm not sure about this number. Seems kind of short. Number could maybe be adjusted. Probably keep an eye on it. I feel like it could be a bit longer or something, but we'll see. All right, Volskaya Trigov damage got buffed again. Cooldown speed also buffed, 25 to 40. So now I mean, yeah, the robot is gonna hurt. I mean, I feel like this might be too good. Honestly, I think the robot is okay right now. I don't even think it's bad. So like, this is like another 15% buff on the robot. Like, this shit is gonna hurt. We'll see, but I think a well-piloted robot can be kind of OP now. The problem is most people don't pilot it well. But if you pilot it well, you aim all the damage at buildings. I mean, this is gonna kill buildings real fast, I think. Warhead burn duration on structures is now displayed. That's quality of life, kind of nice. All right. And now we get to the heroes balance updates. We got like new mythical quests, I guess they're called now. So a lot of crazy stuff happening here. So alright, this is probably the main part of the patch. Let's see what's going on here. Azmodan! Okay, we're changing the Demon Warrior's W. Demon Warrior damage increased from 32 to 83, but now deals half damage to heroes. Okay. Demon Warriors no longer have duration, but lose health every second. Okay. That basically means they have a duration. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, really. Okay, one interesting idea I have here is I'm pretty sure Medic can heal minions, right? And 83 damage per second is pretty freaking good. Wait, I feel like Tyrael too? Wait, I feel like you could do Tyrael, Medic, Azmodan, and you just stick your beam on like 2 of these things? Wait, I feel like these things are gonna be... They're gonna be smacking shit, right? Seems viable to me. But yeah. Alright, no more immolation. A lot of people are complaining about this. No immolation is quite a big nerf. You know, it will not reveal stealth stuff now. That's probably one of the biggest nerfs to this thing. Also, it makes it harder for you to stack. I don't care as much as most people that are complaining seem to care. Like, I don't mind it that much. This is like a massive damage buff. Like, this is like your Demon Warrior is actually gonna... It's actually gonna hurt now. Like, this is actually relevant damage from irrelevant damage. So, I'm okay with the trade-off here. I think this is actually a pretty big like, I'm okay with this trade-off because this damage buff is so big. It does make it harder to stack on minion waves as well, which is what other people use the demon thing on. But like, honestly, the immolation from the Demon Warrior didn't help you stack on minion waves that much. Like, it wasn't that helpful. Like, you'd have to stick it in the middle of the wave, and it would have to be like completely uncontested wave, and you would still need to stay there for like 10 seconds to get, you know, a good amount of stacks on one wave. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal. If you're gonna play E-build Azmodan, like, you just wait till level 7, you EQ, like, you just clear the whole wave. You don't need the Demon Warrior. You don't need the immolation. You'll still be able to stack like that. I think it'll be fine. Alright. What else do we have? We have level 1, Globe of Annihilation now deals 50% damage to non-heroes. What is Globe of Annihilation? Which one is that? Let's see. That's just your base Q. Okay, your base Q does half damage to heroes. Upon reaching 225 stacks, it no longer deals reduced damage to non-heroes. I see. Okay, so your Q does half damage to non-heroes now, and it gets removed at 225. So that does... Okay, well, this combined with no immolation, it does sound like it's going to be harder to stack on minions. I'll have to test it to see exactly how it works, but it does sound like that's going to be a little bit harder. Yeah, it should not be under level 1. This should be under baseline. Okay, Wrath is the level 1 that gives you a stack per hero hit under a certain amount of HP. Now it's 1 stack every 2 auto attacks against a structure or hero. I think this is a side grade. I think it's too close to call for this one, honestly, because you know, having the structure part is very freeing. So now you can like split push, and you can get stacks via split pushing, and that's a lot easier than forcing an auto attack on like a low HP hero. The current Wrath is like, you gotta attack someone that's under 75% HP. So now you don't have that anymore, but you need 2 attacks on the hero. If it was just that, it would be a nerf, but since it's also structures, I don't know. I think it's like a side grade. Could even be a buff. We'll have to keep an eye on it, see how it plays out. Hard for me to tell just off that. Okay, level 7, Art of Chaos, extra annihilation amount reduced from 4 to 2. This is the one where you get extra for dunking, I believe. If you hit 2 or more heroes, you get less stacks on the dunk. Okay. Bombardment got a 1-second cooldown reduction as well. This is the one where your auto attack cleaves into like 3 different heroes and gives you stacks off that. Okay, so nerf on all of that. Master of Destruction, amount of annihilation granted reduced from 2 to 1. So small nerfs across the board on how much stacks you gain. I think you can still do the E build though. Like the E build is generally the best and the easiest way to do. I feel like you will still be able to QE a minion wave and like just kill the minion wave and get stacks that way. If that still works, then this is gonna be very strong. But yeah. Not sure. We're gonna have to see how the stacking feels. It does look like they're trying to slow the stacking. We'll see how it feels when we actually test it out. Level 13 Hell Rift damage bonus reduced from 75 to 35. Level 13 Hell Rift. The heck is Hell Rift? Oh, it's a level 16. Okay, so I guess they mean level 16. Bro, who wrote these patch notes? Yo, this intern needs to like, hello? This intern is AI? Why are all the levels wrong? Okay, so level 16E, damage bonus reduced. Oh, so the Demon Warrior talent. They're nerfing Demon Warrior damage because they're buffing it baseline. I think that's fair. The baseline buff was a huge buff. This will probably still be good. And then level 20, there's a new 20. This is probably the biggest change for Azmodan. We're going to have a level 20 where you get infinite range on your Q. I mean, personally, I like crazy shit like that, so I like it. Gonna have to test it. Seems like they've nerfed him across the board, so you're not gonna be stacking as quickly, so you're not gonna be like super OP at level 20. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a slightly nerfed version of Azmodan that has this talent at 20. Sounds kind of cool to me. Pride is baseline, now requires 450 stacks. So now you have 450 stacks. That's kind of going to be like your mythic reward for Azmodan, I guess. You're going to have extra damage and extra AoE baseline at 450 stacks on Azmodan. Yes. Alright, cool. Yeah, Azmodan really just depends on how fast we can stack with you. So we're going to have to test that to see if it's good or not. But I'm open to this idea. Like I think the idea is fine. Alright, Deathwing also had a bunch of changes. You don't think it's good? I mean, it could be bad. Like, this Azmodan could be bad, but if it is bad, they'll buff it.
Necro
right?
MCLEL.
I don't know if it's good or bad. I have to test it.
Thanks for the streams. Enjoy watching them.
I think, ultimately, it really depends on the level 7 minion thing. Like, if you can QE a minion wave, and it all dies, and you get the full wave of stacks, it really depends on that. If you can still do that, it'll be good. If you cannot do that, then this is probably going to be pretty weak. But if it is pretty weak, they'll buff it. Alright, moving on to Deathwing.
I hunger for battle and fresh blood.
If the red circle appears 3 seconds before it lands, it probably sucks. Oh, I'm okay with that. Like, I think this is it's just gonna be fun. You know, it's just fun. So even if this is not super OP, I'm okay with it because it sounds fun. That's why I like the infinite range thing. It's probably better if it's not OP. Anyways, Deathwing, attack damage nerf from 155 to 110. This is a huge attack damage nerf. This is like, what, 33% damage nerf? Attack damage nerf almost? That is huge. Huge attack damage nerf. Now you cannot switch forms anymore as well. You can only switch when you're landing. Alright. E, new quest. Damage heroes with Molten Flame to gain 1 stack. Gain 50 stacks for killing a hero.
Yes.
Molten Flame. So that's a Q quest. Is this AI or is this like the laziest intern ever, bro? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, hello? Okay, well, okay, so this is Q quest. Q quest, damage heroes with your Q to gain 1 stack. Gain 50 stacks for killing a hero. Once you reach 2,000 stacks, Cataclysm deals 2.5k damage to structures. So the one thing I will say about this is lore accurate. I saw a video on Reddit. Like, if you have the Cataclysm ultimate, you know, the one where you fly at level 10, if you have this done, it like one-shots a keep, one-shots the fort and the tower. So you just fly across like a freaking keep, like it just dies. So lore accurate, I guess. That's a plus.
You attempt
Um,
to delay.
I don't know how the hell you're gonna balance this, though. Like, if it just free kills a keep, that doesn't seem balanced. So, like, this has got to be insanely hard to reach, right? Like, this has got to be like incredibly hard to ever get this. But yeah, seems cool. Might have some balance issues. We'll have to see. All right. Next, Onslaught. E. Bonus damage increased by 50. That's basically one auto attack worth of damage, right?
Waits for no one.
Damage increased by a little bit as well. What is the bonus damage for your Onslaught? Oh, it's just the bite at the end. Okay. Okay, well, so far this is a nerf because your auto attack is a, 1 second cooldown. Your E is a 5-second cooldown. So you're losing that much damage every second, theoretically, and you're only gaining it back every 5 seconds. So far it's a nerf. Alright, Earth Shatter. The other E, cast time reduced a little, energy cost increased a little. I like this. The Deathwing range form stun is pretty slow. And the stun time is really low, so I'm fine with a slight buff to cast time. Molten Q. Okay, your Q is a slight base damage nerf. Your W on ranged form. Wait, no. W on melee form. 2-second cooldown increase. That's a 50% cooldown increase. Energy cost increased. Slow increased. Okay. W on ranged form. Cast time reduced. Cooldown increased. Energy increased. Damage increased. Slow increased. Okay, so slight buff. So it's like a slight buff to range W, slight nerf to melee W. And then the flight, cooldown delay after dealing or taking damage increased from 4 to 6 seconds. Cooldown reduced from 45 to 15 seconds. That is a big buff. So you can heal way more often now. 45 to 15? So you can heal like all the time now. I mean, this is gonna add 2 seconds. So you can think about this as like, what, 17 seconds? But like 45 to 17, that's still a huge buff. You're gonna be able to heal for way more. So your damage is lower, but you can heal more often, basically. Alright, what are they doing with Deathwing talents? Yeah, you could literally like fly every wave if you want. After every wave with that. The heal is slow though, yeah. But still, it's better to be able to heal than not. Alright, level 1, healing increased from 70 Dragon Soul.
The hour of twilight waits for no one.
Okay, so level 1 W talent got buffed. That's why they made the cooldown longer. Makes sense. Level 4 W talent for melee also got buffed. That's why they made the cooldown longer. Okay, I see. That's fine.
You attempt to delay.
Level 7 Firestorm doesn't reduce the cooldown of your Dragonflight anymore. 10% damage buff. This is the meteor that you can like fall to use to stall people. Alright, that's whatever. That's really not that big of a deal. Fire and Fury, small damage buff on level 13 Deathwing's auto attack talent. But you lose so much auto attack damage. Okay, so like basically the melee Deathwing W change is like neutral. It's basically the W changes are neutral. They increase damage, they increase the slow, they increase the cooldown. So like but it's like consistent. So it's basically the same. Just it's so W basically stayed the same for melee form. They buffed the E slightly, but the auto attack damage nerf is way too much. I can't imagine playing melee form with this nerf to auto attack damage. Like melee form was basically W spam plus auto attacks. W spam is still the same, your auto attacks are 30% weaker. So I mean that seems like a big nerf to melee form. It seems like if you want to play Deathwing, like you probably the best way to play it is to go for this. Go for the Q damage and try to get enough stacks. And once you get enough stacks, you just kamikaze their buildings.
Twilight waits for no one.
Which I'm fine with. I'm fine with this being a playstyle of Deathwing as long as it's hard to get this. But I don't know. This might need to be tuned. This seems like a little too much. This nerf is too much. If they want melee form to be viable, this can't. I don't think you can do this. This gotta be, changed.
Half a dozen sixes just resubbed for 3 months.
The inevitable.
Half a dozen sixes. Thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Alright. Yeah, that's basically Deathwing. Falstad, W build, got a small nerf. Everyone's complaining about it. It was a little too strong, I agree. I think it was too strong. So, there you go. It's getting tuned back. Perfect. Jaina. Alright, Jaina's got some new stuff too. Frostbite trait. We have a new quest here. I think this is going to be the same. I think it's a typo. So basically, you have to deal damage to chilled targets. Once you reach 12,000 damage, get improved ice block. That's the same. This is all the same. This is basically Jaina right now. But now there will be a mythic reward as well. Once you do 30,000 damage, so this is about 3 times as hard as the normal quest for Jaina right now. A little bit less, but about that hard. You can get protected instead of stasis. Now, a lot of people are already complaining about this one as well. I think they should change protected to invulnerable, because there is a difference between protected and invulnerable, right? Invulnerable is like Uther D shield. Protected is, like Medivh W or Genji W. And the problem with protected is it only stops you from taking damage. It does not stop you from getting CC'd. So that is a problem where it could get tricky, because stasis actually does stop you from getting CC'd. So if your stasis goes to protected, it's not always a good thing. You can dodge like a Stitch's hook with stasis, but if you turn protected, it doesn't dodge the hook anymore. It just won't take damage from the hook, but you still get hooked, and then you just get gorged, right? And that's not gonna be so. That in certain cases, protected is weaker than stasis. Invulnerable is always better than stasis. So if they change this to invulnerable, it'll be a good quest. And if it's invulnerable, I like the design of this as well. Because what you really want to do is you want stuff that is not just brain dead OP, especially in lower ranks. So basically, you don't want like Falstad W. Point and click, one-shot someone at Pinnacle. It really messes with low ranks. You want stuff like this, where it's like you get a 3-second window where you're invulnerable. That is really good. But that's like more good for the skilled players. For like a bronze player, is kind of whatever. I mean, they'll feel nice getting it, but it won't break lower elo. So I like stuff like this, where it's like the better you are, the better this reward is. Alright, let's see. Small buff to the Ice Lance Q talent at level 7. Small nerf to the Numbing Blast, the Root, at level 16. I think Root at level 16 is approaching like 100% take. I think everybody takes Root every time now, so understandable, I suppose. And level 20 Wintermute, Water Elemental Wintermute, 10% nerf basically. Everyone basically takes Wintermute as well. So, understandable. I kind of wish they would buff the other Jaina talents at level 20 though, because like everyone takes Wintermute because the other talents are garbage. So, would have liked to see other talents buffed instead, but oh well, maybe next time. Kael'thas, Convection, buffed. So I checked the stats on this after I saw this, and apparently Convection not only sucks in high ranks, it also sucks in low ranks. In Bronze and Silver, Convection is at like 45% win rate this patch. So like, yeah, shit sucks, needed a buff. Excellent. Very good. So now you get 200 damage instead of 150, and you get 100 life instead of 50 every 20 stacks. Good buff, I like it. Alright, Muradin also getting some changes. Man, this patch is so big. My throat is getting sore, man. What the heck? Muradin, alright. Q changed. Perfect Storm quest removed. Thank God that quest was freaking awful. New quest. Basic attacks against heroes that are slowed or stunned. Basic attacks against slowed heroes give you 1 stack. Basic attacks against stunned heroes give you 2 stacks. That's fine. Muradin has a ton of both. At 35 stacks, the Stormbolt pierces an additional target. Okay. And your auto attacks reduce the cooldown of Stormbolt by 0.5. That's fine. And then, I mean, Muradin already has this, right? They're just changing it to be in this quest now. So that's all fine and good. Mythic for Muradin Q. Once you get to 150 stacks, Stormbolt range is increased by 50. Width is increased by 100. What? Like your Stormbolt is now like what? Width is increased by 100. It's like your Stormbolt is now an ETCQ, but it goes twice as far as ETCQ. I mean, that sounds pretty badass. I'm down. Sounds cool. I'll try it. I think this might be too OP though. Like this might be a little OP. Ain't nobody sidestepping this one once it's done. But it is a mythic, so I guess they want the mythics to be OP. And pierces all targets. It's literally ETCQ. You can stun a whole team. You can literally stun the whole team with 1 Q. Alright, so just... I like the idea, but I am pretty sure this is way too easy to get. 150 does not sound right to me. That is 75 auto attacks on stun targets, or 150 on slow targets. It doesn't sound that hard to get to me. I mean, I guess we'll test it, but I could see this number needing to be a little higher. But yeah, this will definitely be very strong. Alright, small nerfs here. Level 1, Dwarf Block. Block charges reduced from 4 to 3. That's more in line with other block talents, I guess. Okay. Too many people taking block at level 1 for Muradin, I guess. The bigger one here is give him the axe, moved from level 7 to 1. This is really big. Okay. Because give him the axe is not a bad talent. Give him the axe is actually a really good talent. It's just, it competes with some other talents that are very, very utility based for tanks. So the other 2 talents basically guarantee you can't miss your stun. So give him the axe, even though it's good. Like, tanks don't take it that much because they want to make sure they hit their stun with the other 2 talents. And Skullcracker has a ton of utility with the midi stun. But now, you're going to be able to give him the axe and Skullcracker. That's crazy. This, like, Muradin's going to do more damage than, like, you're going to do more damage than, like, most melee assassins would give him the axe at 1. Like, that's really strong. Like, this is definitely OP. Like, Muradin is OP in this. If they ship all these changes, I think Muradin will be OP for sure. Alright, Sledgehammer doesn't reduce the CDR anymore. Now it just increases your Stormbolt's non-heroic damage. Alright, that's fine. That's whatever. It's because they bake the CDR into your passive. Level 7. There's a new talent. If an enemy that gets hit with a Stormbolt dies within 3 seconds, reset its cooldown. That's really good. I think that is really good. Like resetting your stun so you can chain stun. That sounds really powerful, and also you can buff your stun. So like that's this. Yeah, this is. I think this will be really good. Maybe too good. That might be too good. Alright, small nerf to Dwarf Launch. So basically, yeah, Muradin changes are cool. Probably too strong, but cool. Alright, moving on to Murky. We are getting Murky changes. It's been a long time. This made Perry reinstall HOTS. That's crazy. That is crazy. You can one-shot waves and two-shot hard camps. Oh, with the Muradin Q? Oh, when you get this? Okay, that's funny. Yeah, I see it. I see it. You get a 35% shield now when you revive. That's nice. Nice little quality of life for Murky. Okay. The egg is back to regenerating life instead of shield. Okay, that's whatever. Slime now applies its debuff to enemy structures and deals 50% damage to enemy structures.
Twilight waits for no one.
Isn't slime debuff slow? What is slime debuff? Isn't it slow? Like what? Oh, or is it extra damage? Is it like the second slime deals extra damage? That must be it, because slowing a structure is meaningless. That must be what it is. So now you can slime enemy structures, and the next slime will do extra damage, right? The next slime will do the 210 damage, the extra damage. Okay, I see it. So you can do more damage to buildings with the slimes now. Pufferfish W, damage reduced by 20%. Detonation time reduced. Okay. Interesting. And there's a new Pufferfish quest. Hit enemies affected with slime with Pufferfish. 1 stack per minion, 5 stacks per hero or structure. At 100 stacks, basic abilities now deal full damage to structures. Okay. At 200 stacks, you gain 50% health and increase in size. I feel like I think this is a Murky buff because it's. What is Big Tuna? What is 100 or what? So Big Tuna is 100%. So you're getting 50% of Big Tuna baked in at 200 stacks. I don't think it's that hard to hit 200 stacks on Murky. That's just 200 minions. That's way easier than Kerrigan. And Kerrigans you have to like click one by one, right? Murky you just kill all 7 minions at the same time. And then you move on. So I feel like it's not that hard to get 200 on Murky. And it does feel like you're gonna be so annoying. Like, they're enabling your split push now, right? Like, you do more damage to buildings. Once you remove the debuff, you do way more damage to buildings. It's like, you can't leave the Murky alone in the side lane. He's gonna kill all your shit. I feel like it's a Murky buff. I feel like that's a buff. Alright, moving on to the talents. Low respawn timer still too. Oh yeah, so you're getting half of the Big Tuna at 200 stacks, and you're not getting the respawn timer debuff. So you're just getting the HP with no debuff. Yeah, that's also really good. Alright. Egg Hunt got removed. Bit of a shame, but understandable. The talent was pretty troll. Now there's a new talent. Murky can place 2 eggs. Randomly revives from one of them. Increase the cooldown of placing your egg to 30 seconds. It goes off cooldown if either egg dies. I think this is a pretty big buff too, if it works the way they're saying it works. Because the way I would use this is this allows you to basically never have, like, I don't know if I like this because it basically allows you to, it removes the risk of your egg dying and you dying, right? That's always like the disaster case for Murky. But if I can get 2 eggs, I'll just put 1 in fountain and I'll put 1 like just, you know, like the other one doesn't even matter anymore. I don't care if you find the second one. So the second one will just be always a very forward egg. It'll just be in a bush like right next to your tower or something. And if you find it, it doesn't really matter that much because I still have the one in the fountain, or I still have the safe one that's like under my fort. So like you can, like, it just completely removes the worst case scenario for Murky. You can always have 2 eggs. They're never gonna get your safe one, so you can always put like a super forward one. And every time they kill your forward one, you can put another one down because the cooldown goes away the second your forward one, like so. That's like, if it works like this, that's also a big Murky buff. That's pretty good. But it's random. You could respawn in the middle of the enemy team. Who cares? You're Murky. Like, it doesn't matter. It's great if you respawn in the mid. You respawn there, they kill you again, they have to use cooldown. Great! That's a win. Alright. March of the Murlocs. level 10, damage increased by 4%. Okay, whatever. March buff, I'll take it. Level 13, Eggshell. Reworked. You gain a shield equal to 35% of your health upon placing an egg or when one of your eggs dies. So yeah, they want this to be synergy with Shell Game. I see what this is. I mean, yeah, you just put your second egg in front of his face. He kills it. You put it there again. Okay, I guess. It's kind of annoying. I don't really see much counterplay to this, but it's good for Murky, I guess. It's also worse than Fish Tank, so they nerfed Fish Tank, but I'm pretty sure Fish Tank is still better, even nerfed. Fish Tank got nerfed? Sag. Well, 5% nerf on Fish Tank. Level 16, Wrath of Cod. Damage over time from 5 to 4 seconds. That's a buff, because the damage will apply quicker now. Wrath of Cod kind of sucks though. Probably still not picking it, but that is a buff. Big Tuna removed because it's half of it is baked into your baseline. Faster Fish. Pufferfish detonates 80% faster. Alright, that's kind of cool for a level 20. Kind of cool. Making Inky got nerfed as well. 0.5 second cooldown reduction. So Q20 got small nerf. Never ending Murlocs. No longer deals reduced damage to structures. Oh, nice. My Murloc building playstyle got buffed. So the pufferfish will detonate in 0.5 seconds if you take faster fish. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I think that's viable because you'll just take like slime on W and then you take this and then you just basically always get the damage. It'd be much easier to get the damage even without Octo. Yeah, it's probably playable. Yeah, I think it's a Murky buff, and I think he's gonna be more annoying. I don't know if that's a good thing though, because if Murky's annoying, 5 people are gonna be mad and only 1 person's gonna be happy. But it certainly seems like to me that Murky will be more annoying next patch. Alright, Sylvanas. Small Merc Queen change. Now if you take Merc Queen, your auto attack will instantly apply 3 stacks to Mercs. Thrall, basic damage nerf by a little. He was getting a little too strong. Especially the E build, so I guess this is an unofficial way of kind of dealing with that. Crash Lightning got buffed again. That's kind of interesting because Crash Lightning already got buffed. They already buffed it. It was already 50% more damage than before. So now it's even more damage than that. I don't think Crash Lightning needed this buff. I don't like this one because this really screws up ARAM too. Like this shit is batshit OP in ARAM. So batshit OP in ARAM, but it's so bad in Storm League and normal games. So like this is only gonna make it even worse. Like this, it's gonna be completely unbelievable in ARAM, and I think it'll still suck in normal games. I feel like they needed to just lower the stacks lost on death to make it better in normal games. But yeah, that is a thing, I guess. And then the blue level 1 for Thrall, Echo of the Elements, Mythic Rewards, now grants your Chain Lightning to bounce back to the same target. It's probably bugged right now. I wouldn't be surprised if everything is bugged. I'm just gonna take it like how it reads. I'm sure everything is broken on PTR, but I'm treating it like how it reads. I mean, this is a little better. I still don't think this is really worth picking, but I suppose it is a little better. Like, damage-wise, this is really nothing. If a guy gets hit by 2 blue lightnings versus 1, it doesn't really matter, because blue lightning damage is pathetic on heroes. So damage-wise, this really doesn't matter that much. Biggest thing this will probably do is it'll give you more stacks of your passive. Basically, if this will mean every single target on the screen can get hit like twice with the same chain lightning, right? So like it should give you more passive stacks, which is more healing, I guess. I mean, it's better than nothing, but I still don't think it's that good. Like, I feel like I would much rather have more damage. And this, I don't know. Better than nothing, but I feel like I would have rather they lowered the requirement as well. Instead of 100 for the mythic, I would have rather it be a lower number. Because this doesn't really do that much. Alright, Tyrande. It technically is more damage, but it's like an irrelevant amount of extra damage. Like, it doesn't get me to feel excited for it. It doesn't make me feel like it's good. I would rather they lower the number dramatically. Like, if it's okay that this one is weak, but if it's weak, then it should have a lower number, right? Like, I think that's fine. You could have, like, a really strong pinnacle that's really hard to reach, and then you can have, like, a weaker one, but it's easier to reach, and then you can decide which one you want to take. Like, I think that's fine. Like, I think they just need to lower this number, and that would be better than whatever they're trying to do. Alright. So, Tyrande got 50 mana removed from her base kit, but she has a new E-quest. Hitting a hero with Lunar Flare will increase the damage by 5 up to 250, so this is basically like the E talent for Tyrande, right? And then after you hit 10 heroes, but it's going to be baseline now. Increase the range of E by 30%. After you hit 20 heroes, your owl will pierce the first hero hit. After you hit 50 heroes with your E, your auto attacks will occasionally trigger the Lunar Flare. So this is the level 20. You get a free level 20 if you can hit 50 people with your E. And yeah, so new Tyrande E mythic quest. I would have preferred a W mythic quest, personally, but I suppose E is better than nothing. Yeah, seems reasonable to me. I'm okay with that. Also restores 25 mana per enemy hit now, so I mean, your mana should even out, should be fine. Alright, level 1, we have Moonlit Arrows CDR reduced, and the talent got moved from level 7 to level 1. Moonlit Arrows. Oh, you can get basic attacks lower your CDR. This is generally the best, one of the best ones on level 7. You usually either go this or spell armor. But this one, like, is just good always, right? Spell armor is only good against spell damage, but this one's just always good because it's just more healing. So you can get more healing talent at level 1 now. It's a worse version, but you can get it at level 1. And your level 1s got baked in, so you get them for free. You get this one for free. I think that's a buff. That's like a pretty reasonable buff. Two-shot aura now just applies to Tyrande upon activation. Okay, that's whatever. Level 7, Elune's Gift. Grant 20% spell power for 10 seconds after hitting an enemy with Lunar Flare. So there will be a new level 7 to take its place. Okay. And then we have a new level 20. Sentinel has an additional charge. So you get 2 owls at level 20. 2 owls at level 20. But like,
I am both a warrior and a priestess. It is why
I mean, I guess that's kind of enabling an owl build. Alright, I'll take it. That's kind of enabling owl build. Maybe you can double owl across map and kill a really squishy guy again? I'll take it. Sure. Seems good to me. This seems like it'll be fun. I like these changes. It'll make it so the owl build is actually kind of possible again. More healing on Tyrande.
I am not a quest giver
and
anymore.
We got a new mythic.
I have better things to do than to stand.
Yeah, I think Tyrande will be better and more fun. I like these changes. Seems good to me. You don't get the max mana reduction. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just... Well, I think they just... I mean, they just put it back into here, basically. It's really subtle, but
I am both a warrior and a priestess.
basically,
It
if
is
you hit
wise
your
to
E's,
ogle
you get the
neither.
mana back, and if you don't, you don't. So it's kind of rewarding skill a little, I guess. Like, slightly rewarding skill over unskilled play. I I don't really care. I think that's fine, but yeah, I don't think they needed to do it anything. And then there's a bunch of bugs. I'm not gonna go over all those. They're gonna be fixed anyways. Alright, that was the patch.
I am
Man,
not
that
a
one
quest
took so
giver
long.
anymore.
I
have
am
better
tired.
things to do than to
Alright,
stand
there you
here.
go. There's the patch notes review. You can have auto attack speed at 20 with Lunara now. That's true, you can, but you don't get the bonus range anymore. You can still get the extra stun, but I think the bonus range is just lost then.
I am both a warrior and a priestess. It is wise to ogle neither.
No way it restores mana on minions? Oh yeah, I think that one's probably heroes. It would make the most amount of sense if it's heroes. But even if it restored mana on minions, it's probably fine. I mean, you'd have to waste your stun on minions.